I've got like a point up here. I've decided I'm gonna use the shitty point. Like we normally just try and get that point to set up, but I'm gonna use the shitty point as an example of like the 2 ropes being beneficial. Like on a tree like this, you would probably want to use 2 ropes regardless, right? Wouldn't you? So we got this is like, so Ryan made me this thing up. It's just like a fucking. So for this part, I'm just showing Cooper how I'm using the little custom made cambium saver that Ryan made for me. And I'm just setting it up in a soft 8 configuration, and I'm going to use another rope to extend my retrieval leg to make it easier to move around once I get up the top. And so I'm just showing Cooper how I'm getting that sort of stuff set up from initially from the ground here. And you'll see more of it once we go back up to the top of the tree.
So is this side where you climb line?
Yeah, this is going to be the climbing line, and then I've extended the retrieval leg by just putting my other climbing line onto it.
Yeah.
So now when I get up to here, I haven't even got fucking shoes on. I got my I'm sorry I made you pull your high line out, Caleb. I'm such such a douchebag. I know, you gotta beat me up there. That's why I pulled him up. Look at this. Cooper's got the best fucking harness out of everybody. These are what I recommend anyone looking to get like into the biz and wants a fucking good harness.
Flash harness.
It's the fucking best one, eh?
Doesn't make the climb any better, but
no. Yeah. It's so much more comfortable than the tree motion. So we've got our climbing line set up with that soft 8 up there, and I've extended my retrieval leg of this one. Alright. So like, what I reckon the biggest things about like, a fucking knee ascender is you want to try and, you got to adjust where that stroke of it comes up to. So try and find that height is like one of the tricky things. Like having enough bungee that it's actually going to move around, especially as you stand up. And so like, you've got all this bungee that's going right up over your shoulder. So every step, it sort of like glides up that bit nicer. You don't have that fucking mini half step going on. So by the more a bungee that you can get out and the stronger that bungee is, the more of like a full step you'll get with each stride sort of thing. Yeah, if I plan on just getting up to move the high point around anyways, I'll just tie a bowline with a long tail. So that is the soft 8 set up on this low union. And so I've double tied in. It's a bit dodgy having a orange rope for a pole belt and an orange rope for high line. But what's cool is, this is my access line here. It's doubled up and tied to that. So I'm just going to untie this. And I'm going to run it on the back side of here. Because we want to use this as kind of like an access line for coming up to have a swing about on other bits. So here's what I've done. I've just tied a bowline with a long tail to here. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my double lanyard it in. So I'm going to take the rope runner off, tie into that. I'm going to move this up to where I want it next. Alright, you ready? So the first thing I did here, after moving my access line up a bit higher, was to throw the tail or the climbing end of that orange rope up over through a redirect that I wanted to use on the other side of the tree. And now I'm going to actually attach that rope through the cambium saver I have. Ryan knocked me up a sling, like an ultra sling, which has just got a quickie and a malleon on it, so I can do a midline attachable cambium saver primarily for not blocking in SRT situations like this. As a secondary line, so you can triangulate, so you could use these 2 points to get right out over there somewhere, sort of thing. So we got that not block system there. And grab my little safety gainer, as we were discussing earlier. Alpines aren't safe unless they're good. And then with my main access line, there's like a little accessory loop. So I'm going to click on that line. And so that's our two systems. When it comes to like retrieving later, when we pull out that orange system, it's going to catch this yellow system and pull it out. That's the other important thing, is making sure that these two systems run parallel to the ground. So that means that when it catches themselves, they go right down together. And then from here, actually this is actually a pretty good one. I can do a little mini ponytail redirect thing here. Now I can got all that tail done over there. And it's actually a real easy way, even. So I can come down to here, hold it in. As long as I grab this end here, then when we fucking go to all this effort of unclipping the rope runner, because I get paranoid about the pins too, so I clip the cuts back in. And then when I pull that back up to there, I can jump back onto this one. And we're in like the fun halfway of doing all the swings and all the little bits and pieces around here. Still not perfectly set up yet, but it's a bit nicer. Because this high point up here on the right is actually strong enough to hold you on its own, it'd be nicer to set that up with like a knot there, so that we're not loading it.
Load sharing.
Yeah, so we can set it up so we're not load sharing on this one, so we can just keep that one separate. But like, it's strong enough to have a fucking swing and a play around on. Just because, yeah, because we'll spend like most of the fucking day jumping around and swinging on the cunt. It's not nice. Do it that way. Alright, I'll go. You stay there, Coop, so I can try and have a little run. My point's not ideal. Change it up a little up there.
There's one. I missed some of that too.
There's actually some more to do, but I'm fucking pooped already. I'm gonna get the kids up here too. Thanks, Cooper. Nally's getting herself ready. Coco's getting herself ready. Yeah, we'll get it out in a second. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rope runners on 4 different climbable lines. We got this zigzag here too, because I'm going to get the girls up there because they want to have a watch of how we do some of the swinging and things. So the ones I want to focus on today, so this orange rope, this yellow rope and this orange rope, because this is actually the same rope. It goes up to that canopy point, and so this one's actually the retrieval leg, which normally would retrieve, but because I wanted to reduce the amount of lateral force we're putting on this point while we're jumping and swinging out over here, So I actually tied a knot of a redirect up there to redistribute the weight in the systems is just on that point and not pulling on this one. But when it comes to pulling it out, I want to get a video of how this will retrieve with the multiple redirects and such. So we'll get onto that later. But for the time being, I'm going to get the girls up the tree. I'll see if Natalie wants to film us do some swings and stuff. So again, the concern is as you get closer to this, the weight of that retrieval leg will actually pull that through. So sometimes you have to be cautious about slack forming there. But this is what I was saying before. I've just tied like a bowline to isolate that point over there. So for while we're doing some climbing and swinging and stuff, I'm going to try and get the girls up here so they can do some watching in a second. Just about, I'm going to have one little swing around. Alrighty. So what you want to do before you sort of do any of the rest of this, retrieval using the standard issue Retreival.socket with a throw line. You'll find one of these in the boss's truck nearly 99% of the time. And they really love it when you borrow bits of gear for retrievals. Attach it onto your accessory splice, not for climbing, for retrievals only. And then we shall cut to an image of the retrieval situation arborally. So in a moment, Caleb's going to be so kind as to pull down on my retrieval leg here. I'm going to use this as an example to see how that's the access. So I just caught this out quickly. These are things that you want to be real mindful of, is that even just a little stub like that could be enough to fuck up the whole thing trying to retrieve it past that stub. So Caleb again is going to be so kind as to pull down on that retrieval leg. Just going to slide down there. And so that's just literally pulling through, easy peasy. Is that easy peasy? Easy peasy. So I'm fucking gonna have to watch my face when this retrieval socket comes over. Let's say this access line still hasn't been touched yet. Ah! Oh no. So there's the standard issue retrieval socket. Oh, give it another little tug. Oh. Caleb, we broke the retrieval socket.
I told you the overhand wasn't enough.
Told me the overhand wasn't enough.
It was the overhand.
Damn it! Well, anyways. So what happens? Yeah, no, it's alright. So it's meant to catch into that bit. Pull out. And when it's caught onto the retrieval shackle, it'll continue to pull down on the. You'll have to forgive me, the camera is fuzzy because the screen protector's all messed up. But so the video's a schmozzle. It kind of fucking failed all completely towards the end. So I'm gonna rebuild my retrieval socket. I will make another video, but I'm gonna post this anyways.